So I'm using 332 7018. I got my corner sanded off, and I'm gonna put me a little tack right here in the corner. How neato Frito chili pie is that, boys? Well, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be building a 4x8 sign for the co-op out of some 2 7/8 pipe and some 1.5 by 3/16 flat. We're just gonna put the flat on the inside of the 4x8 section so they can bolt the sign to it. So we've got 2 pieces of 2 7/8 new pipe, both 24 foot long. And I've done some thinking already as far as like my goal is to make as least amount of cuts as possible. I'm always trying to be more efficient with the way I do things. So nowadays versus what I used to do is, oh, and another thing is we're gonna be welding out of the 95 today thanks to my buddy Jared. He's loaned this welding machine to me. It's an extra SA200 of his. Story to that, by the way, that used to be my weld machine, but I'll talk more about that here a little bit later. And then there's Karen. She acts like she ain't been fed or needs some more attention this morning, and I just don't understand why. What, Karen? What is it? Hi, sisters. Hi, sisters. Okay, Karen, time to get to work. All right, so like I said, I'm gonna be welding with this mobile welding rig today. It doesn't have near the tools that mine has, but it does have a set of bottles, a welding machine, set of leads, extension cord. I kind of piddled with it yesterday to make sure I had all the stuff I needed to do this little project. And notice I'm using it at home versus out on a job as kind of like a trial run. And I'm glad I did, because my torch that was on here had some dirt in the quick connect and whatnot. And anyway, both of my extra torches that I had, because I've got 3 torches total, one for extra welding rig, one for the shop, and one for my everyday truck. And the one that was on here and the one in my shop both had, you know, like dirt, like mud daubers that tried to build stuff up in the quick connect. So anyway, all that to say is it's good to test run your mobile welding rig at home to make sure you have all the basic tools on here, you know. So we're gonna go ahead and crack this open, and also crack this open. Karen, right in the way, sister, right in the way. Striker, torch, grinder. Karen, are you bored or what? What's the deal, girlfriend? What is the deal? Speaking of umbrella, that's why I got this clamp here. Let's go ahead and put us one up. Oh yeah, much better. This here is actually the quick rig setup. For those of you that don't know, we offer some online courses, and the couple that we have done already, one is the pipe fence course and the other one is the quick rig. And by the way, some exciting news, all of our online courses are currently on sale, 20% off. To take advantage of the sale, make sure and punch in the discount code FALL24, all capital letters, whenever you go to checkout. And I also wanted to let you know that a part of the branding and marketing course is done and ready. Kayla's done with the branding section. It's called Boomtown Your Business. You'll see it over there on our website, AROSSWELDING.school, but there's a branding and marketing section. We plan on putting them together, but Kayla's only done with the branding section. So we're actually offering it to those of you that may be interested in that part of the course right now, obviously for a better rate, and obviously 20% off as of right now until the sale for all the courses end on September 19th. So head on over to AROSSWELDING.school to check out our online courses if you are interested. This skid design here is designed to be universal, so it fits in the back with long bed, short bed, trailer, or whatever you need. I had a question the other day. Somebody messaged me and asked if the quick rig was, you know, if it allowed your welding machine to be in this way or this way. And as you can see here, it's in long ways due to the universal aspect. That's the only reason, because I personally don't love it being in there that way. It just doesn't look as cool, come on. But man, I still like having an extra welding rig. I honestly like all kinds of welding rigs. I just, for some reason, I like putting them together, and I like seeing the difference in all of them. You know, like it's fun also. It's fun to work out of this because it's not what I work out of every day, so it's just I don't know, it's just fun. And we get to listen to a 200. Come on, it's been a while. Okay, so since my frame of my sign has got to be 4 foot by 8 foot, what I did was lay out my, and I'm gonna be 45 in the corner, so I've got a 45 laid out here with my saddle template, and I measured over from the throat actually, or from the inside of my 45 to the inside of my other 45. I'll go ahead and check it. Doesn't hurt to check anyway. And we should have 8 foot and a quarter, so 96 and a quarter, yep. So then that puts me a 45 right here on this one as well, just as if it was in a chop saw. So again, least amount of cuts as possible. Make one cut and be able to use both pipes here. So this will be our top one, and this will be our bottom one, whatever's left of this 24 foot, which is roughly 188, almost 189. So that's minus the 4 foot here, so just shy of 16, so 14, just shy of 12 right here would be the bottom of our sign. So we're gonna have 11 foot underneath the sign, so there'll be like, the bottom of the sign should be roughly right here. And I plan on putting it in the ground at least 4 or 5 foot, just like we do our fence. So then all I got to cut out of that one is, I just took the same measurement, whatever this measurement was right here, I pulled the same over there, marked it, and then that last piece right there will be used for the bottom of our sign. This is the part that's going to be about yay high. But anyway, this is the first cut I'm going to make. I got my jack stands already set up, 2 underneath this piece so it'll catch it, and then 2 underneath this piece so it'll catch this side. So since I'm using this one cut as both pieces, I kind of just gotta, boy, looks like an alligator. Cut this one. Anyway, I can't really, I can, but it's kind of all more important to try to keep my cut. Go in the same direction. All the way around. Let me know that with the torch, you know, like, my cut's going this way, but really, right here, I don't need to be doing this. Just on kind of, bob, you know, using a torch, I obviously have to use a grinder to clean it up. But even whenever I use a chop saw on 45s like this, I always take a sanding pad and kind of put a bevel on that corner. Yeah, like I was saying, with a torch, I gotta use a grinder. But well, the thing I like about using a torch is I can put my pipe all in one, like in stands like this. I don't have to carry it over there to my shop. I don't have to, because I don't have equipment. You know, I got a gin pole, but I don't have equipment, and so it's just not as efficient for me to, it's not as fast for me to carry it over there, yada yada. Whenever I can just leave it in place, I can make several cuts at once pretty quickly. And it's just, I like how I can lay out a bunch of stuff and I can look at it and then cut it. All right, now it's time to fire this old SA200 up. So like I was saying, this used to be my machine. I bought it, I don't know the exact detailed story, or as far as order of events, if you will, who bought it from who. But what I do know is that I bought it first. I sold it to, I want to say I sold it to my brother-in-law. He was working on drilling rigs. He sold it to another buddy of ours, Jared, I think, the guy that owns it now, Jared Talbot, and he pipelined with it. And Jared sold it to my other brother-in-law, so a different brother-in-law. Anthony is his name. Colt is my wife's brother. Anthony is my sister's husband. Anthony bought it from Jared, ran it for, I would assume, the longest out of all of us, but I'm not certain on that. And then Anthony sold it back to Jared. Now Jared owns it, but it's been within the 1, 2, 3, 4 of us the last, you know, 10, 15, I don't know, 15 years or so. 15, is that right? Yeah, over 15 years probably now. No, yeah, probably right around 15 years, right around 15 years. And so now it's back in the 95, being used. Now, I don't own it, but it's here and it's cool. Everybody's always liked it. It's a good welding machine. reliable. Like, it's hardly had any, you know, issues. Jared's more of a mechanic than I am. He actually just put new plugs in it and a few other things, you know what I mean? He's taking real good care of it. But the on switch, give her a little choke, probably scare Karen. Listen to her purr. You bet. Old faithful welding machine. Anyway, we're gonna take a sand pad to these cuts we just made, get this pipe moved over roughly 8 foot from this one, and then get this piece, or I mean that piece over there, put in here, get her leveled up, squared up, get some tacks on this thing with that old 200. Come on. Oh, it even smells better than an old diesel. Sounds better and smells better. Woo, woo, woo. I love it. Absolutely love it. I will say, yes, it sounds cool, but it doesn't sound as cool when you're using it all day, every day. It can get kind of annoying, but that doesn't change my love for an old SA200 because, and that's one of the reasons why I want to have one. I want to own one just to use from time to time to kind of reignite that passion, you know, in my earlier years of mobile rig welding. You know, like it's not that I don't enjoy using this welding rig, but there's just something about a 200 that just, the sound of one just makes you feel more productive. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's my old soul or what, but there's something about the sound of a 200 that just makes me feel more productive whenever I'm welding with it and even running a grinder off of it. It even, smelling it, just the smell just reminds me of welding on pipe. It even reminds me of welding on pipe fence back in the day. Oh, that is crazy. That is plumb crazy. Actually be 8'6" outside to outside, roughly. I'm gonna put this grinder holder on here. That way I won't keep putting my grinder on the ground. There we go. That's what I like about this grinder holder, is you can put it on your jack stand head but still carry a small piece of pipe like this. It's perfect for this setup right here. You can find that grinder holder at AROSSWELDING.com. So since we don't have a, or I say I don't, hypothetically, we don't have a piece that's long enough to go across both pieces, you got to do this method here, which is get that one level, line these up flush, and then get this one level, and then go around to the third one. And then I always step back and look at it, because you can use your eyeball to look at it and make sure all three are in the same plane. If one's bad off, you can see it with your old eyeball. Looks like we're gonna be pretty low right here. And the thing that's tricky, I've talked about this before, but the thing that's tricky about mobile welding and building stuff in stands like this versus a fab table is every time, like right now, I'm trying to get it square and level. But every time I move my jack stand, I gotta check the level again. So I'm constantly going through the motions of square and level, square and level. I just do that, checking it constantly to make sure that every time I move it to get square that I'm checking the level again. Another handy tool is a tap little hammer. Oh, should have thought about it. Hammer and a 2-foot framing square is my preferred. Dang, I can already tell this is off. All right. Ooh, I tell you what, it's really not too bad, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's time for attack with the old SA200. Oh, productive. Whew. I mean productive. I think that's how people get addicted to pipelining. That's what I'm guessing. It's the smell of a 6010, that's actually an 8010, 6010 or 8010, and the smell of the exhaust of a 200. I think that's the gateway drug, pipeline. So if you don't want to get addicted to pipeline, don't get an SA200. Okay, now before we go any further, we're going to pull a measurement up here, inside measurement, because I believe it's going to be a touch more than what we measured, which is good. It's only about an 1/8 wider. I was kind of expecting it to be a little more than that, but it's a 96 3/8. So I'm going to cut the piece that goes down there 96 3/8. That way it's square rather than pulling a measurement down there. So 48 1/4, what we want here. Same on the other side. Put us a mark, put us an X on that side. That way we know our pipe goes on that side of the line. So 96 3/8 is what we need. We can drop these two. Cut our other piece here. I think I'm gonna get me some of them little flips, like for dark glasses. I think I'm gonna wear my Tom Waters, and I'm gonna get me one of them little things with the hinge up here. That way I can just go put it down to cut and put it up to grind, just because that's practical. All right, project's halfway done, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe not halfway. Not if you count my holes I gotta drill. Or I think I'm gonna drill them. I'm really not sure yet. You bet. Nice and snug. Oh yeah. Hootin' tootin', fart for Nugan, boys. Double check our measurement. 48 1/4, 48 3/8. Why is that different? We need to bump this down a little bit. I actually think it's going to be okay. Oh. All right, we got her all welded out. Now I'm just gonna take some flat and weld right on the inside all the way around. So I gotta cut two at 48 1/4. I'll tack them in first, and then I'll take a measurement for these two longer ones. So I'm using 332 7018. I got my corners sanded off, and I'm gonna put me a little tack right here in the corner. here, I gotta show you this. I think I shared this in a previous video, but if you take the head off of your clamp, this style of clamp here, it works well on the side of a piece of pipe. It sticks a lot better, less surface area, so it doesn't, you know, try to go one way or another. And then you can put an angle on that side, piece of angle, tack an angle there. They make different attachments for these too. You can put, I've got some of those too, but this one I just customized. Good little old fabrication hack, if you will. Well, I gotta show you another thing. Check this out. I've never done this before in my welding career, but it just now come to me. Because on the sides there, I just eyeballed the center, you know. I didn't actually get a center finder and punch it. But on this one, I'm just gonna utilize the straight edge of this flat and draw me a little line here. How neato Frito chili pie is that, boys? Oh my Lanta. I'm not believing what I just learned. That right there was high class, fellas, ladies and gents. I'm putting pressure up against this side, and then I'm gonna give myself a tack in the middle here somewhere. It's kind of a work by yourself tip. That's what it kind of is. All right, now we're home free. Another thing that you kind of got to do though is kind of got to work your way down. You don't want to jump all the way to the end like I just about did, because it'll put a little wave in it. So I'm gonna come down just a little. Come down a little this way. Now looky here, it done grew on us. I'm gonna have to trim that off right there. Don't ask me how that happened. Oh yeah. We got our 1-inch weld 70-18 put on. I've got some holes drilled now. The last thing I got to do is drill them out to a little bit bigger, because I use this size as a pilot hole, but I'm gonna go with the 3/8 bolt. So this hole here is just slightly bigger than 3/8, so that'll give them some room, a little bit of wiggle room. We get these holes drilled, it'll be coffee time again, ladies and gentlemen. Oh. And that, my friends, is a sign for the co-op. A signed frame for the co-op. Thanks for coming along with me today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something. I know I did. That little trick with that flat, that was pretty slick. I even impressed myself. I say I haven't done that before. It's like I do that stuff and then I think about it, I'm like, man, I feel like I've done that before. But because of the nature of what I do, which is, I always call it custom, it's not like I do one single thing all the time, so it's like I forget the stuff that I do. Like this is a very basic project, but I don't tack flat to the side of pipe all day on a certain project, you know what I mean? But you know what I just thought of? This would be a good idea to, rather than putting fence clips on to pull, like on your fence, on your H-brace to pull wire from, whether that's barbed wire or no climb, a piece of flat with holes drilled in it would be really slick. Hot diggity. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you have an awesome weekend. Don't forget to check out our online trade school, AROSSWELDING.school, to learn more about the quick rig and the pipe fence course. And coming later this year, maybe it's already up depending on when you're watching this video. If it's a year from whenever this video is published, the Boomtown Your Business course may already be available, but the 3 courses are over there on our website, AROSSWELDING.school. And like I said at the beginning of this video, make sure and take advantage of our fall enrollment sale by punching in the discount code FALL24, all caps, at checkout. Go check them out. Continue to learn. Like I said, have an awesome day. And remember, learn something every day.